There we go. Welcome back everybody to another Train Sim World 6 live stream. You join us tonight on the EAST COASTWAY Remaster. We're going to do a couple of runs. We're going to go in the Turbo Star to Eastbourne, and then we'll probably jump in the 377/3 as well. So it's actually my second time driving the Turbo Star and third time driving the Turbo Star, and it'll be the second time driving the /3. I've not actually been back to it. Anyway, let's hop into the train. Thanks to Dovetail for allowing us to show it off early. This does release tomorrow, and Dovetail have even been kind enough to give us a couple of keys to give away as well. Got a couple of keys for console, and then one for PC. So I'll give away the console ones tonight, as basically they won't unlock until the morning. Whereas if I did give away the PC one tonight, it would unlock straight away, which, well, it's not out yet. So anyway, let's come out of photo mode. Let's get in the train and get it set up. I've not done anything for it, so let's quickly get that on. Do the doors. Safety systems, we'll get them on as well. There we go, they're all on. Cool. We've got Wesley, we've got Jude, we've got Zenith, we've got Diamalapa, we've got Cleveland, we've got Transport for Roblox as well. How is everybody doing? Hopefully you're all well. Right, GSMR, that does work on this one as well. Let's get that on. There you go, 1 Golf, 1 free. Headlights, stay running. Right, let's have a little look. Let's get you off. We're going to be calling at Lewes, Polegate and Eastbourne. So these are like the fast ones. These are the express ones. As they go all the way over to Ashford. Where is they? They got sent up to the Midlands, I believe, Diamalapa. Yeah, sent to the Midlands. OJ, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, there's that. The announcements on this one are really good as well. Like, they're near enough to the real deal. They're pretty good. Let me just check the audio, make sure that's running okay. Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, I don't load up other bits and pieces. Cool. As we work, we'll get the door shut in a second. Let me quickly get the first key ready. This will be for PS5. I'll go on my phone and post it on there. Yeah, for the PS5 edition of the 377/3 pack. But you do need East Coastway for it. And it won't work until tomorrow, so don't bother trying to download it until 10 AM tomorrow. Right, let's get the doors shut, and yeah, onwards to Lewes. Right. Hang on, we have the guard on this one, I forgot about that. There you go. Right, let's go. They are pretty good, James, yeah, they are pretty good. Hey, there's Mork, Tube, welcome in. Pevensey and Western, Norman's Bay, and it says St Leonard's Warrior Square on this one as well. Quickly do audio, Apple Ham Street, that's the funny one, Ham Street. Go from Ham Street to Sandwich, or vice versa. Hello Chris, how you doing? Good Cleveland, I'm alright. As we head out of Brighton, let's look at a little brake test quickly. Make sure the brakes are working. But yeah, this is the remastered version of East Coast, which looks glorious. New clouds, new lighting, everything looks a bit better. I mean, the car park still looks bad, but that's the car park. It's not a car park game, right? And Lover's Walk looks a lot better as well. Let's fly up there quickly. If it allows us to go that far up. You have got Thameslink stuff and Gatwick Express AI at Brighton as well. There's even a train in Lover's Walk there. Back to the train. Cool. Up to 30. Here we go. Yeah, so we'll head over to Eastbourne, and then we'll jump in the 377/3, and we'll give a go of that as well. Thought we'd come and do it live as well. I'm not using the train sim controller for this one, as it has notched notched throttle. I mean, it does work, but it's just a bit funny using that with that. Right, up to 55. Good to hear, Chris. Good to hear. Right, just getting the key ready on the chat. So yeah, I'm gonna drop a key in the chat in a second. It will be for the this DLC on PS5, but it won't. You'll be able to redeem it, but you won't be able to download it yet because there's no update yet for East Coastway. So it'll be all ready for tomorrow. There's a 313. I'm on the 313 timetable as it is more realistic for the time, because this is set in 2018. Cool. Hello Yoshi Train Spotter, how are you? Welcome in. 100% the DLC will be brought on my PS5 only on March 26th. Reasonably, guess again it releases on March 26th. Ah, the bus, isn't it? The bus is coming then. Yeah, the bus is going to be... can't wait for the bus on console. I've uninstalled it from the PC. I don't bother playing it on there. Literally just waiting for it to come to console. Right, I'm putting the code in the chat now. That's for the PS5 version of this DLC. Hey OJ, that's very nice. So you're £1, much appreciated. Let's give that one a yeah. It is, yeah. Yeah. Sadly, they're all gone now, the 313s. And you got rail singing. If we zoom ahead, you'll be able to hear the rail singing. Here it comes. Cool. There is rail singing. 377/3 is after the first one was scrapped. Well, the 377/3, the 313s replaced the 377/3s, which was a little bit controversial at the time. Well, I mean, it was basically the whole time. And the 377/3s then replaced the 313s at the end of their life. Tinkle and Effney, oh lovely. Right down. Cool, down for the 60 through Falmer. Yeah, this releases tomorrow. It's a bit of a weird one because the remaster itself releases for all platforms at 10 AM UK time. Whereas the actual paid for DLC comes out at the normal times. So 10 AM UK, 4 PM Epic, and 6 PM on Steam. Which is sort of the weird thing. I don't drive this line on real life, I guard this line in real life, or OBS this line in real life. And that'll be, I don't know when actually. I think I'm out west on Friday. Sadly. Up to 70. So we're going to Falmer Tunnel. Oh, we'll do a little brake test as well. Which does happen in real life, going through here. Because after this tunnel, you just go down and down and down and down into Lewes. It's quite steep. There we go. Did anyone get the code? It was a PS5 key we put in the chat, but again, you'll be able to redeem it. You just won't be able to download it until tomorrow. So you'll be all ready for it. So I've got it myself already on the PS5. You just can't play yet until it comes out. Saving up for a new MacBook, awesome. As we head down the gradient. Lovely. Scenery looks a lot better along here. Hey Liam, can't wait to drive the 171 tomorrow, awesome. It's great, isn't it? It really sort of completes East Coastway now. As East Coastway was always backdated, so it sort of completes the collection of trains on it now for the time it's set. So it's great to have. And the 377/3, which is nice to have as well. As we head down. Cool. Looking forward to getting back onto East Coastway after a few years. Awesome, Archer. Yeah, we used to play this a lot in 2020. Remember lockdown, just playing this route constantly. As we put that down to 55. Single yellow. Over the A27, and then yeah, we're coming into Lewes already. It doesn't take long, sort of just up and over, down into Lewes. And we'll have the red light as well coming up. Yeah, just in the 2-coach one, you get the 2-coach variant and the 4-coach variant. The /7 is the 2-coach, and the /8 is the 4-coach variant. Although in real life they're all just 3 coaches now in 2026. Quite cool to think there was 4-coach services running to Ashford. Some of the platforms are only 1 coach long. Lighting though, and after Lewes we get to go fast, and the sounds have been updated in the Turbo Star as well. It sounds a lot better at speed now, as the original Turbo Star, the audio used to go horrible once you got sort of above 80-85 miles an hour, but for this route you're at a sustained period, you're at 90, so I suppose they sort of had to alter it, so it does sound better now. Anyway, coming up to Lewes. Look at that, lovely. Cool. And yeah, the fast bit after this. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in tonight though. Usually I'd sort of do a bit of a spontaneous stream, sort of live all of a sudden, but tonight I thought I'd schedule it in. There's a 313 there, on a Lewes shuttle. And here's Lewes, the really slow station. Really slow into here. It's a little bit annoyed, 10 miles an hour. It's like, oh. Let's watch the train coming in. Although in real life it's actually a bit faster now. Well, it's still 10 miles an hour. But if you're leaving Lewes, you can speed up to 20 if you're going in the other direction. So we coast our way in. Pretty cool. There's the 313 getting set up. As this route used to have a lot more services back in 2017. See, I think this is based off the December 2017 working timetable. The East Coastway, yeah, used to have a lot more services. You had the Ashford services coming to Brighton. You had the Lewes shuttles. Whereas now there's still a fair few services, but just a little bit less than they used to be. Right, and do the doors. which the guard would do in real life.
Service to Ashford International, calling at
Cool.
Holgate, Eastbourne, Pevensey and Weston,
Yeah, all of the stations.
Pevensey Bay, Normans Bay, Cooten Beach, Collington,
Exhill, St Leonard's Warrior Square. Loads of stations to Ashford.
Three Oaks, Dolan, Winchelsea, Rye.
Here's what I don't get. Even in real life, these services, they run quite slow from Eastbourne, but they're not really an express. Like in real life, well, in real life, these trains only run from Eastbourne to Ashford now, so on the bit of the route we don't have. But yeah, they stop at most stations. Not really express. I mean, like Normans Bay and Pevensey Bay, where like nobody ever gets on or off. I mean, Normans Bay, it almost seems pointless for it to have like an hourly service. No one ever gets on or off.
Normans Bay, Cooten Beach, Collington,
And we're off.
Exhill, St Leonard's Warrior Square, Hastings, Orr, Three Oaks, Dolan, Winchelsea,
Cool.
Rye, Appledore, Ham Street, and
Ashford International.
The next
Out of Lewes, there goes the 313 there. It's more realistic to do the timetable with the 313, as at this point in time when this route is set, the 377/3s weren't running on this route, or rarely. Look at that. Does look good in Southern livery. Does it look better than ScotRail livery? I don't know, but it does look good though. And full whack. So it does sound, the turbo stuff sounds good in the game. I hear these trains quite a lot pulling out of Eastbourne, and have been on them a few times, the 171s, and it does sound pretty good. It's not bad at all. Just gonna see if the chat's coming through, because for some reason I can't see the chat refreshing. So I'm just gonna quickly refresh my live control room, whatever. It didn't even show up at the coding either, which I'm pretty certain I did. I'm gonna refresh that. Maybe that's working. Fingers crossed. Cool, up to 60. Let's get that up. And we're off. I've got a feeling the chat might not be working properly, so I'm just gonna double check that. As we start to speed up, this is the easy bit here. As we start to speed up. Cool. There's the Seaford branch, there's another 313. And they're still not fixed the headlight issue. So the headlight loads in at the last second. Really sort of bizarre. Not sure why it does that. Weird. Cool. Alright, speed right up now. Off we go. Oh, there's the DSD. I always go to press E, because well, that's not really anymore, but the DSD on Train Sim Classic is a separate hotkey to that of the AWS, which I sort of wish it was on Train Sim World as well, but it's not. Now at 70. Then up to 80. Let's whack that up. Again, the scenery looks a lot better around here now. Well, someone put a good comment earlier on one of the videos about the Long Man of Wilmington, whether you can see that. Which means I'm never really looking in real life for it, but you can see it from the train. So I wonder if that's been added, which is like just a chalk drawing, basically, a huge chalk drawing or chalk outline on the side of one of the South Downs, or on the side of the South Downs. There's probably a London service, as the timetable is much busier than it was before. Yeah, I don't know if anybody is chatting in the chat, but I've got a feeling it may be broken in some way because I can't see any chat coming through. But I can see the chat rate is still, you know, being uplifted. So it's weird. Let me change it quickly. There we go. That was weird, maybe there was like a delay. You are awesome. Up to 90 in a second. We'll get a flyby shot again. This can speed up quite quickly though. So here's the 90. Let's zoom ahead. Again, if I be quiet, you can hear the rail singing. There it goes. Cool. Coming up to, should be coming up quite soon to Right Lane level crossing. Hello Zenith, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome to some Turbo Star action. So glad this route has been remastered though. As yeah, this is one of my local routes, which was and still is one of my favourite routes to drive. So now I can tell we'll be driving it a lot more. Because this timetable used to be a free mod on PC, but just with the old lighting still, it didn't quite, yeah. What does that mean? Musical railway there, sort of. Yeah, rail singing. And then also if you've got third rail, or even like overhead wires, you hear sort of the tick 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 as the train's coming along. Oh, Q, yeah. Don't press E, that's the wrong one. Just gonna plug in the laptop charger before that dies. So it's 90 for now, but it will come down. Cool. Yeah, let me quickly plug in this if I can reach. Hang on, let me take my headphones off, which isn't good because then I can't hear the train. Spam queue. There's the whistle board. There you go, that's that. Cool. Lovely. So now coming up to Beric station, which is quite a nice station actually, and the signal box now exists, as before the signal box wasn't there. So it's 90 through the station, but we'll come down to 80. There we go. Slowing down. There's the signal box, which now exists. Look at the view here though, out over the downs, brilliant. Now the long man of Wilmington, I think that would be on one of these hills here, because you get Wilmington level crossing sort of halfway between Beric and Polegate. But I can't see anything, so maybe it's not there. Basically Cleveland, yeah. Let me quickly plug this in. Hang on, let's plug that in. While slowing down a bit too much there, it's 80. That came down a bit much there. Cool. Let's just feed back up. And yeah, I'll put the Xbox key in the chat fairly soon. Someone's just Discorded me. Discord messaged me saying the key is actually for East Coastway. So that might be, yeah. The keys I think are for actually the route, not the 171. But still, it's a good route. Very good route. go. And we start going downhill into Polegate. Jump in the... Actually, I don't know. But we could go... If it's not too long of a wait, we could go back to Brighton in a Turbo Star. I don't know what the timetable is in 2017/2018, but we could just go straight back to Brighton. They're quite nicely sort of fast, quick services. Starting to slow down for Polegate, which is coming up. Hello, Will. How are you doing? Or Wilf? How are you? Is anyone watching on the short live stream? There's like a newish thing. I've tried it a couple of times where you can like do a dual stream, so you can do it to normal format and short format. Is anyone watching on the short? It sort of cuts it down quite a bit. But yeah. Well, there's the other Turbo Star, so we probably have to drive an Electro Star back to Brighton. There's the 4-coach version. Sort of half and half, you know, 4-coach and the 2-coach.
We are now approaching
Polegate. Here we are. We don't stop. Well, we don't stop that far into the platform at all, as we're only 2 coaches, and the entrance is like right at this end of the platform. That would have been nice, Cleveland. Hello, Jude. How are you? Yeah, seeing this route extended. Yeah, it's like a whole other... It wouldn't be part of the remaster, it would be part of a separate DLC. That would be cool. Getting it to Ore, at least. One day. Although, yeah, remasters don't extend routes. Unless it's like Leipzig and... No, Riesa Dresden, where it was the whole new route. Which then extended it to Leipzig. Or Southeastern High Speed extended. Where it was a whole new paid product. And here we are. The 2 to 3 car stop. There we are. Polegate.
This train is the Southern.
Canada, much appreciated. 18 months, much appreciated, mate.
Calling at Eastbourne, Pevensey and Weston, Pevensey Bay, Norman's
Pevensey Bay as well.
Cooton Beach, Collington,
Cool.
Bexhill, St Leonard's Warrior Square.
The announcements are really good.
Orr, Three Oaks, Dolan, Winchelsea, Rye, Appledore, Ham Street, and
Ashford International.
The next station is Eastbourne.
Yeah, the announcements on this, Rivet have done a really good job with that. The cab door open. Yeah, Rivet have done a really good job with the announcements. They sound almost like the real deal, even though they're not the real deal. They do sound like the real deal, or close enough. You don't hear the ding like the bing bong before the announcement. That's like the only thing missing. But apart from that, the announcements are really good for being AI. It is now in city. I can see it. Right. Wait for the buzz. And let's get going. And I was watching another stream, and there was by Tintin actually, and there was a real life Turbo Star driver in there who says you start in notch 2 up to 5 miles an hour, notch 4 to 10, and just after that let the hammer go, or drop the hammer. Off we go. I don't know if there's no fence on this platform. Well, there is a fence there in real life. They've added the correct fence on that side, but there's no fence on that side, which is a bit weird. Cool. Up to 35. There we go. But I'll pop the code in the chat again, which is actually for the East Coastway route. I'll put the PS5 one in the chat again, as the person who redeemed it messaged me on Discord to say it was the it's for the route, and they already own it. So let's see if it will still work. There you go. There's the PS5 key for East Coastway. Up up to 70. Let's get that up. I'll do the Xbox One in a bit. Lovely. And there's also it's like a lake round here, like a pond slash lake. It's actually, I think, part of some sort of sewage system. It's quite funny if you look on Google Maps, sort of this area. Like instead of like a river, it's called like Zua, like I think Wellington Zua or something like that. Yeah, there's like a sort of lake or pond round here, which doesn't seem to be on here. Actually, it's probably meant to be that down there, sort of those sort of reeds, but there's no water there. Alright, as we head along. Been a green run the whole way through. I think we had the yellow coming up to Lewes. It won't send unless I talk with a lot of accents. Wait, really? Surely not. Coming up on Wellington Junction. And you've got Hampden Park Station coming up. Which I can't remember if the that tower was there before, sort of the little communications tower. I can't remember if that was there on the original. Or I'm sort of just trying to find things which are new, but I can't remember if that was there. But it's there now if it wasn't there. Which is quite a notable part of Hampden Park, just a big communications spire or tower. Anyway, through Hampden Park we go. It'll come down to 55 shortly. And yeah, we'll see if there is a service going back to Brighton quite quickly. And if there is, maybe we'll do that. I would like to go down to Seaford, or even like a Lewes shuttle in the /3. That would be nice. Well, looks like we might even have. I've had another notification. I've got all my notifications on my phone. Is that a Bus Sim 27 announcement? Yeah, Bus Simulator 27 launches for PC, PS5, Xbox for the second half of 2026. Oh, they got Solaris as a partner. Nice. If anyone's looking forward to that game. Right, 55 and it will come down to 25. Well, literally, we're cleared the whole way through. Right, let's slow down. So yeah, we come down to 25. On what platform we'll come into? 2? Usually the Ashfords are usually on, was it 1 or 2 usually? Well, at least modern day. Platform 2. And you got the 25 just after. Eastbourne looks so much better. Especially the yard area, which was just sort of, well, like most of the old stuff, barren. It's got a bit of veg now, you've got your walking routes, your walkways. But at night time it probably looks quite good. It does look good now. Look at that. And this is a free remaster. So yeah, the remaster's free, which has the original timetable, the original trains. And then if you want the new timetable, the busy timetable, is part of the 171 DLC, which also gives you the 377/3. Well, there is a train there. If that's a Brighton train, we'll probably take that. Hello, James. The chatbot's gone rogue. Are you all talking with the accents now? Is that a Brighton train? Oh, it is. Oh, that's loading though. That's due out like now. But I don't think we're going to be able to take that train. Yeah, it's leaving now. That wasn't very well timed. Yeah, we can't get that one. Okay, here we are at Eastbourne. So it's just a nice run in this train. It's like fast. Nice fast, sort of, was it half hour or so from Brighton over to Eastbourne? That was a little bit fast, but here we are. Eastbourne. Cool, that was good. I wonder when the next Victoria train is. That's already turned itself off, so that's fine. Victoria Square. Brilliant, right. Let's see, when's the next train to... is there one of the... Or at 34. That's the debrief there. Yeah, let's have a look. When's the next train to Brighton or Victoria? 8:12. We could do that one. That would take us to Lewes. Actually, no, let's come out to the main menu. You can buy it anyways. Fair enough, Cleveland. Yeah, let's come out to the main menu and we'll jump in. What do we do? Turbo start of 377. Let's see, because the /2 has some services. Does it have Eastbourne to Brighton? Oh, that was actually the one. Let's do that. Eastbourne to Brighton, 44 minutes. Hang on, is that charging? Otherwise the laptop's going to die. Is it? Hang on, let me make sure that's turned on. No, now it is. There we go. Yeah, we could do Eastbourne to Brighton in the 377/2. Which is probably the best 377 we have in the game. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's do Eastbourne to Brighton, then we'll go to Seaford. Let's do it in May. It's gonna be a slow one as well. Yeah, let's do it. I see. James put 377/2 first, so we'll drive this, which is part of the remaster, or at least if you own the West Coast Main Line South, you'll now see this train on East Coastway. This is the best 377 we have. Can't remember if it has GSMR this one. No, they didn't add GSMR to this one. Let's see, let's get that set up. Day running, set you to off. Make sure it's on DC, it's still on AC at the moment. Actually, hang on, Pantograph's not up, is it? No, Pantograph's down. Okay, cool. Right, shoes down. There we go. Yeah, because the 377/4, which is included with the East Coastway route, is the old Electrostar in the game, so it doesn't sound as nice. It does have announcements now and a guard panel, but it's still not as good as the 377/2. So as we can use it, let's use it. And you got the scrolly PIS. But again, this is the 377/2, which is a substitute from the West Coast Main Line South. But this is the best Electrostar we have in the game, because it has the new lighting. Because you can also use the Brighton Main Line 377, but that doesn't have the new lighting. So it makes sense to use this one. Right, we're going to be calling at Hampden Park, Polegate, Beric, Glynde, Lewes. Oh my god, we are all stops. All stops to Brighton. Oh, we haven't got the line light apparently. Can hear the things going. Sounds like we got power. No, the line light's not on. Although I'm pretty certain we have power. I suppose we'll wait and see. Right, let's get the doors shut. Hampden Park, we're stopping. Yeah, Hampden Park. Right, cool. Doors shut. Let's get going. You'd be dispatched out of Eastbourne, but there's no guard on these. Hey, Callum, 79p. Much appreciated, mate. Let me give that a thumbs up. There we go. Get the window open as well. And we're off. Out of Eastbourne. I'll turn up the audio as well, so I'd imagine it's probably a lot quieter on this train as opposed to the turbo start. Let's whack that right up. Let me know if that gets too noisy. Although the 377/2 doesn't do all of the, for some reason it can only do some of the services. Like I don't know if they do, so I have to check the timetable. But the /4 has considerably more services. So you can only use this one for some. Out we go. Little brake test. There you go, I'd say the brakes are working alright if we need them. Not buffering, is it? Or you just putting buffering emojis in? Hopefully not. Gosh. Up to 70s. Yeah, once we get back to Brighton, we'll then jump in the 377/3. And we're off. Like a rocket, this one. Off we go. Hello, LaserJet. Welcome in. How you doing? Welcome in. I can't remember if that was there before. I don't think it was. I think that's been added in the update. I can see your message. Yeah, I can see your message now. Is it hiding some message? Maybe it is hiding some messages. I don't know why. I can see that one. It'd be weird if it was. Playing up. Anyway, coming up to Hampden Park. Yes, it will be. Yeah, we'll do the 377/3 on the Seaford. Hello, Donuts. How are you? Oh, nice, Callum. Nice. Well, could you potentially stop spamming the buffering emojis? I think it's running okay. Hampden Park. Here we are. Again, just to reiterate, we are using the West Coast Mainline South 377 instead of the East Coastway 377. As I say, this one's still the best one there is. And you get AP sounds. Cool. That's the 4 coach marker. Yeah, that'll do. Here we are. This is Hampden Park. Through the doors. Lovely. Welcome to Hampden Park. So there's no announcements on the /2. There is now on the /4, but they don't sound very nice. Next up it will be Polegate. And that's all stop. All stop service. And let's keep going. Seeing City. Bizarre. Right, we're off. Full whack, let's get going. We're off. Out of Hampden Park. Oh, that's weird, look. all the NPCs inside the train have just, oh, they're back now. They've disappeared. They're back. They've disappeared. It's funny. Let me check the settings. Well, there isn't really anything to do for the chat. It just sort of does it automatically. But I can reset it in some way. Up to 80. Anyone, let's just try that. Maybe that'll reset it in some way. Let's try that. Cool. Hello Chris, how you doing? Welcome in. Check the audio now at speed, or the rats with the AWS going off, so maybe I won't check it yet. Just checking it now, quickly. Run it down just a tiny bit. There we go. Right, let's slow down from 35. We've got the line right now, which is good. Scenery next to the track is a little bit empty. A480. Yeah, it's still, well, I mean, the scenery obviously has been improved, but yeah, it's still not as up to date as like a modern TSW route, but it's better. That's the 35. Right, this is Polegate. You sort of get the long stretches between the stations after Polegate, or longer stretches, only like 4 or 5 miles from one another. It's weird to think, I mean this year, this December, this route will be 7 years old. It's mad. There's the red coming up for the level crossing. You get this at most of the stations on here now. It is relatively realistic. Hello Zenith, I can see that, yeah. All of the accents and stuff on it. Here we are. Polegate. See, the level crossing barriers are still up at the moment. Should see them drop in a second at light speed. Hello, dear Malappa. Is it genuinely not working properly? I can see some comments coming through alright. You having me on? Alright. Here we are. Bang on time, 8:12, and it is 8:12. Yeah, that would do. Let's do that. DR8 on and do the doors. There we go. This is Polegate. Barriers, I mean, look how fast they went down straight away. Yeah, Beric is up next. Right, let's get that off. Get the door shut. And let's go onwards to Beric. Oh yeah, let me get the Xbox key. They're actually apparently East Coastway keys. So yeah, if you haven't got East Coastway, get ready on Xbox. So I can do the PC one as well if it's just for this. Let me get that set up. As we've got the gap to Beric. Oh, where's Zenith? Bizarre. No, the chat is, bro. Oh, it is. Yeah, someone else has messaged. How bizarre. I don't know. That's probably YouTube being funny. You're going to Romania in October. Nice, dear Malappa. So apologies if I haven't seen your comment. It appears there's something going on with the chat, and you can't really. Well, that's just YouTube's end. So that's probably why the key did go through. Let's maybe I have to leave them. I don't know. Let's see. I'll pop the other key in the chat. I'll do it with like marks on it. Let's see. Let me go through here actually. Do it on the laptop. There's the AWS. Do that quickly. That's the fastest bit. No, I see that's gone through. So that's working. That was the PS5 key, if anybody got that. I mean, someone did redeem it, but they already owned East Coastway, so I don't know if it would reset it in some way. Right from Birmingham, nice demon upper. There's a bit of a travel then on the land to get down to Birmingham from up where you are. Taking the sleeper, that stops at Birmingham International Road, isn't it? Cool. Not too far to Beric, let's get the power off. Again. Right, coming up to Beric. The brakes on, get them kicked in a bit more. Single yellow here as well. What is that? Yeah, all stops. And Beric does actually have a short platform. Although we're only 4 coaches, so we'll be alright. Although if you do the Victoria services, or just an 8 coach and you stop here, it's just the front 7 coaches only. Overnight Flix bus from Glasgow, lovely. Here we are. Cool. The emojis coming in now. 2 to 4 car stop. Here we are. There we go. Right. Let's do that and do the doors. Welcome to Beric. Alright, bang on time as well. Look at that, lovely. Yes, we'll do the /3 after this. That should be alright. Right, doors shut. And again, let's get onwards to Glide. Get that off 4 and a bit miles. Let's go. Yeah, it's a bit weird the way it's doing that. I mean, so I can see some 480. A few people managed to get through the normal ones. YouTube playing up. No, there comes another train. Oh, so hang on. What are you doing here? It's a 313. Never really saw those ones out this way. I mean, they did rarely go to Eastbourne, but rarely. Interesting. Oh yeah, we did have a single yellow, didn't we? So the level crossing may not be down. Oh no, we're all good. Banner repeater says it's fine. Let's go. Right, back up to 90. Down to 80 just before blind. Whoa, that looked really weird then. That looked like a single yellow for a second. I don't know, there was some sort of like colour issue there. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. I haven't driven the Javelin, no. No, not yet. Not yet. Well, I would like to. I'll probably do that tomorrow. The Regency Javelin. The Bucharest Airport Express train costs about £4. It's not bad. I mean, how far is it? So apologies, yeah, to anyone if you are putting chats in or comments in, but it just they're not showing anything. Obviously, broken in some way tonight. YouTube said the chat is entirely out of my control. Apart from changing the different modes. Almost at our top speed, let's get the window up. A bit too noisy now. I'll quickly check the audio again. If it lets me. Yeah, that's fine. We're at 90. Let's do that and start coming down to 80. Comes down to shortly. There you go, 80. That is a lot of emojis. That's the 80 limit, so we're not too far off the line now, whereas the announcer on the 377/4 says Belinda. Using. Single yellow again. There'll be a red at the end of the platform. Takes about an hour to Bucharest. Oh, only £4 then. That's not bad at all. Not bad. It would appear so, Liam. It would appear so. As we bring it down. Cool. I'll come back to Blind. Slightly more careful as we do have the red at the end of the platform. It's a shorter platform here, front 6 coaches if we were an 8 coach train, although we will fully fit in as we're 4 coach. There's another service there, looks like that's stopping. /4 there as well. And this is Glide. Yep, look at that, bang on, lovely. Right, that goes on and do it all release. Oh, we've got the green now, straight away. It'll be Lewes after this. Still pretty much on time. Yeah, let's get the doors shut. Oh yes, I like the way you put that, Jude. I like the way you put that. Yes, I will do that. I mean, that's if it works properly. Well, I did see the PS one went through. Right, let me get that one ready. Yeah, I saw the PS5 one. Well, on my end, it went through. It was the first time I didn't. First time I did it, it didn't. The Bucharest Airport Express uses the same DM used as main tailbarn. Oh, lovely. Let's get that. The Xbox key is really long, so do bear with me whilst I put that one in. So this will be a key for the Xbox One, the Xbox version of East Coastway. The blooming keys on Xbox are like incredibly long, so sort of multitask whilst we do this. HJ, there you go. Put that in. If I put a little dash in, that should then. Cool. Let me just quickly do that. Yeah, that's another one. Speeding up nicely. We'll go up to about 70. Cool. Let's go to 60. I'll leave it at that for now. Whilst I'm sorting this out. As we head along. Multitasking this is. Or look by opposite sides. So we're going a bit slower than when we need to go. Right, that should be almost ready. So this will be a key for the Xbox version of East Coastway. So thanks to Dovetail for giving us a couple of keys to give away. Let's put an emoji on that, and that should go through fun. There we go. There's that in the chat. I can see it on the chat my end. This is Sutherland Junction. Cool. Ah, well that's good, Liam. that's good. Okay, so it's a known issue then. It's not just our stream playing up. It is a YouTube issue. So again, apologies if you are putting comments in the live chat, but for some weird reason they aren't showing up. Well, not all of them, apart from the ones with like emojis and accents and stuff. That's like the weirdest bug. But we move on. That's enough emojis now, James. You've got your point across. It is devastating news. Did anyone claim that Xbox key? Because I could see it went through on my end. On my laptop, which I put it in on. Platform 4 we're coming into. I wonder if you can come into Platform 5 in any of these services. Yeah, for you it's Cleveland. Your ones are going through alright. How bizarre. Although you're US based, aren't you? Unless it's like a UK issue at the moment. So I think 480 came in as well, and that worked fine. Weird. Yeah, that's enough now for James. It is devastating news, of course. Down to 10 miles an hour. There's a 313. Yeah, I've looked at the timetable, see if any trains come into 5, which aren't the shuttle. No, it's just the shuttle services. They have weird head codes, just like a 2 kilo there as well. Weird. The Lewes shuttle doesn't run anymore, apart from on football days. It's just less services overall in real life. Cool. A scenario. Don't tend to do scenarios. I don't think there actually are any scenarios for the 377/3. It's just 3 scenarios for the 171. We might be waiting for the shuttle actually. No, we might be waiting for the shuttle service to come in. Let's see. We are on time. We're actually, well, we've got about a minute here. Let's hop out quickly. Might be waiting for the shuttle, maybe. Look at that, 313 there, lovely. Seaford service. Because realistically, at this point in time, the 313s were running the Seaford services. It wouldn't be the /3 of this. Yeah, we've got
The
the
next
road
train
yet.
to depart from platform 2 will be 8:36, Suffolk, service to London Victoria,
Cool.
Lewes, Brighton.
Don't know why we can hear the announcers platform 2 over here.
Hayden Heath, Gatwick Air,
He's one of those from the
East
original.
Croydon, Clapham Junction, and London Victoria.
So we haven't got the road yet.
Customers are reminded to mind the gap
Must be waiting for a train to
between
come in,
train
maybe.
on edge with platform
Oh no, we've got the road. Right, let's hop back in. Go, go, go. Falmouth's next. Let's go. It's quite weird because the objective for closed doors didn't even show up then. It just said we could go, which is good. Out we go. Is that Matt? I think it's well, I think it's just the GWR AI guy. They probably put a pin message up. Cool. As we head out of Lewes. Let's just pin that as well. Still got 42 people in, so thanks everybody for. Hang on, I can put myself in timeout. Apparently, that's obviously not meant to happen. It doesn't let me. Yeah, there's definitely something up with the YouTube system. It doesn't even let me pin messages, and it says I can put myself in timeout, which is weird. Oh well. I wonder if the donkey's still in the same place as before. Dovetail Games, they always put donkeys. Well, I don't know if they do it on more modern routes. They put like a donkey as like a little Easter egg. There it is there. I don't know if they actually still do that, but they did do it for most routes, or all routes. Yes, James, yeah. The 377s do run the Seaford services. Well, depends. The /3 on the /3 timetable runs basically all of the Seaford services. The /4 and I think the /4 runs some Seaford services, but they're like early morning, evening ones. We'll have a look at the timetable in a second. Once we get to Brighton, remind me. We'll have a look at the timetable. I mean, we've got to come out anyway. Yeah, look at where it goes. Never seen it like that. The one time we go live. Right. I'll show it with the pretty flowers. So again, using the West Coast Mainline South 377, the /2. So that I'd say is probably the best 377 we currently have in the game. Although I cannot wait for the 375/3, which Firefly Simulations are developing. It is going to be awesome. It's going to be very good. As we speed out. This bit in real life is quite pretty. To us, most of the East Coastway route is pretty in real life. There's not really like a non-pretty part of it, really. Like even the bit from Falmouth down into Brighton is somewhat urban pretty. Like it's quite nice. Sort of, you're quite high up, looking over all the sort of houses in the valley. Like this route is really nice, as opposed to the West Coast way when you go towards sort of Shoreham and Worthing that way, which is just not nice. Yeah, once we get to Brighton, we'll have a look at the timetables, because it's a little bit confusing, because there's quite a few timetables for East Coastway now. And yeah, then we'll do a service to probably do a Seaford service. It's OGAs. Yeah, we'll do a Seaford service once we get to Brighton. We'll do a nice run to Eastbourne and back to Brighton, and then we'll go to Seaford in the new /3. But I thought I'd show off this one because you can now do this on East Coastway. You can use the Slash 2. Which is probably the best one we have. Or the best electro style we have until the Medway 375 comes out. Once you're up to the tunnel, what about the 313 doors? I think they have been changed. It does sound different. We ain't going to do the 313 tonight though. Into Falmer Tunnel. And start slowing down for Falmer. Just out the other side. It's quite a tough stop to stop at, Falmer. I mean, this train's quite easy, but for the 313 it's a bit tougher. Because you sort of come out off here and it's quite sort of steep going downhill. And then the station's just here. This is probably the hardest stop to stop at on this route. It's very steep. Oh, there's the turbo style. Look at that. About to rush through Falmer. I wonder if there actually are any turbo style services which stop at Falmer. I think there is an early morning one which stops at a couple of extra stops. Oh yeah, does anyone get the Xbox key? I'll have to pop them on the Discord after, just in case they haven't properly gone through on YouTube. Anyway, here we are. This is Falmer. Let's have a look at the. Let's have a look. Right, all the head codes are completely different now. They're so different in real life. Like on here, I think the Seaford services are 2 Foxtrots. In real life, they're 2 Charlies. Then the all services are 1 uniforms in real life, and then the service we're doing now would be a 2 uniform, but now they're 2 Deltas on here. So different. Right, let's get the doors shut. Yes, Callum, yeah. Hello, Debbie. How you doing? Welcome in. Again, hello to anyone who has just come in. I've seen it's bounced up. But yeah, the live chat appears to be broken in some way, so you have to do like emojis and accents and stuff for it to come through. But not for everyone. But yeah, it seems to be some sort of issue. It's on down detector. Even the Amex Stadium and Falmer behind. You got, I think, Backer over here. Brighton Academy something. Cool. So many coach companies in Romania. There's no Romanian National Express, but Flixbus are expanding. Flixbus are going everywhere. They're even in the UK now, aren't they? So there's even one down to Brighton, a Flixbus. It's quite weird to see. It's like, oh, that's the one from Fernbus. That's literally how I know Flixbus, is from playing Fernbus Simulator. Up to 70, and then when we cross over Lewes Road, we'll start kicking in the brakes. Yeah, we see you, Zenith. See your chat. This is Lewes Road coming up. So we're now put step 2 on. That should bring us down all right for Molscombe. You can see Molscombe's on the corner up there. Back to step 1. And we should use up most of the platform here. It's literally a 4-coach station. literally just 4 coaches fit in here. So it's right down to the end of the platform. Lovely car. And London Road after this. I suppose this is a peak time service, isn't it? It's at 8:39 in the morning. So it's like perfect for getting into Brighton for 9. And here we are. Welcome to Molscombe. Right, there we go. Let's do that. And London Road after this. Still on time, or basically on time. You see, there's not really much wiggle room on the platform. All good, Callum? All good? Well, I'm quite tired actually. I've been on earlies. Monday and Tuesday I was on earlies, and they're not even that early in the morning I've been starting. Absolutely knackered though. And I'm back onto early time. I've got a couple of days off, Wednesday and Thursday off. And I'm back on Friday, but just absolutely shattered. Right, let's go. Someone is making the Arran Valley for Train Sim Classic. Yes, I did see that on the ATS Facebook group. Have they put another video up about it? I know they did like a Barnum to Bognor shuttle video. Because we're also George Beanley, who does the West Coast, he's also doing Bognor as well, and Chichester. But yeah, nice to see the Arran Valley being made. I look forward to that. The Mid Sussex line, that's its other name, even though it's not really in the middle of Sussex. But where are the uni students? Maybe it's holiday. Was it 25th of May? It could be half term. Although they'd still be probably going to uni for accommodation. Hey Chris, awesome mate, I'm glad it went through. I know the PS one went through because someone messaged me on Discord saying it was for East Coastway, not for the 171. But awesome Chris. I have got a PC key as well, so we'll do that as well. Well, enjoy East Coastway, Chris. Although the update comes out tomorrow, so I'd probably say you don't play properly until 10 AM tomorrow, and then you'll get the remaster. Here's a London Road. London Road Brighton, as the announcer says on the 377. Right down to the end. Awesome, Callum, awesome. But that wait, I bet the day will go really slow as well. Remember that? I remember when East Coastway actually originally came out, I was at college that day. And that day just went really slow. It was like, come on, I want to get home and play this. Cool. Yeah, this route came out back in 2020. No, December 2019. This route came out, and then I don't think I got another route DLC until about probably 4 or 5 months later. Because 2020, the first pre-COVID 2020, you had Oakville Subdivision, which was a bit of a weird one, and Hubstrucker Rhine Road, which at the time I wasn't really interested in. North American stuff, Canada and German stuff. So I can't remember the next route after I got after East Coastway. Really, whatever the next UK route was in 2020. Can't remember. That is a good question. What route released in 2020 for the? I mean, obviously we had Bay TSW 2. Come out in 2020, but that was summer 2020. I can't remember what came out before that. Can't remember what route came out in 2020 in lockdown for TSW UK. Platform 8 we're coming into here at Brighton. That was a nice service, that one. Over London Road Viaduct. That's weird. I suppose maybe they can't do that for TSW. This road right here is one I drive all the time. You got Preston Circus down there, but this road's actually a one-way road in real life. The same with that one there. That's a one-way road. Literally just up to there, it's a one-way road going north, but maybe they can't do that for TSW. That's a nitpicky thing. And we should see Thameslink and stuff, or we should do. I have got the layers enabled. I'm quite certain I do. Or do we not? No, I can see it. There's a Gatwick Express there. Yeah, so you should be able to see Thameslink, Gatwick Express at Brighton. Looks like there is no Thameslink in it. There's a Gatwick Express though. Oh, why have you got your tail lights on? Oh, that was weird. So Thameslink coming in maybe? No, nothing inside at the moment. Cool, this is Brighton. Imagine the Sutton and Mole Valley lines added. That's on TSC. New version's coming out at some point with the Sutton loop or Wimbledon loop. Hello Rory, welcome in. It's nice, isn't it, Cleveland? It's nice. It's just a nice. It's known as the Seaford to Lewes. No, Seaford Lewes. Hang on. Yeah, Lewes Seaford Triangle. Or Brighton Lewes Seaford Triangle. It's a nice route, and you can sort of drive on the same thing all day, which is also quite nice. I don't know what's happened there with the. It's a bit weird, isn't it? The. It's almost like burn marks on the wall. Like that with the lighting on those panels there. Right side door release. Do that. You get those off. They go to on. Right, we'll check out the timetable and then we'll jump into the 377/3.
Eastbourne.
That was a good run. 45 minutes, 23.8 miles, so quite a bit longer than our turbo style run. Right, return to timetable. Let's see, 9:32, 50. Oh. Let's have a look. So this is, it gets a bit confusing. The East Coast Way. Well, these are the scenarios. You've got 3 scenarios. Those ones there. Journey mode. I've got to check that out. Journey mode. You've got East Coast Way 171 and 377. But yeah, the timetable's weird. Because you've got 4. So East Coast Way 2020 is the original release timetable. That's the default timetable for the route, just with these trains. Completely default. But now on this timetable you can now drive the 377/2 and the Brighton Mainline 377/4. So that's been changed. And then East Coast Way 2020 313 is the same timetable, but with the class 313. And again on here you can do the BML and West Coast Mainline South 377s, but they're still pretty much exactly the same. Just as before, there's no Victoria services on it. It's just the same timetable as before. And then these ones here, the 2018 and the 377/3 are the new timetables as part of the paid for DLC. So you can see you've got 18 layers. I've got most of them on. Just haven't got that one, Tees Valley. Basically, just haven't got the Tees Valley stuff, which is just rail tours. Yeah, this is the new timetable. So you've got the 171/8, which is the 2-coach turbo style, just all Ashford to Brighton, and then the 171/ 7? No, the 7's the 2. I can't remember now. What one's the 4 coach? No, the /8's the 4 coach, I think. And then you've got the 2 coach one there as well. So there's the Ashford ones. You've got the Class 700, which does a few passenger services, just diversion runs, as well as mileage accumulation runs. Javelin, the rail tour, quite cool. Freight is all just the same, down to New Haven. You've got the 387, which does a few divert services, as well as a football special. 375, a couple of ECS moves. This one, the Euro Phoenix 37, a couple of unit drags. And then for the /3, it just basically does all the Seaford and Lewes services. As you can see, just all day. And then the 377/2. Again, loads of services, Victoria, even Seaford on there actually. Seaford to Victoria, loads. And then the /4, which does all of those as well. Right, let's see. So yeah, and the difference with this time East Coastway 2018, that's like the realistic timetable. So you have the 313, not the 377/2. So this is the most realistic one for 2018. It's just this one, East Coastway 2018. But let's come on to this one and let's do the /3. Let's do Brighton to Seaford. Let's do one sort of afternoon time. Brighton to Seaford. Let's do that. Do we do rain? Do we want a bit of rain? Because you'll get like the new lighting and rain, etc. What do we want? Rain or sun? Train to Targo Vista from Bucharest is about 350. It's not bad. Join college at the moment. That's good, Callum. That's good. And again, for anybody joining, the live chat appears to be in some way broken at the moment, but it is a known YouTube issue. So yeah, a bit weird. Let's get some clouds on for that one. We don't do any rain actually. Let's just do that. And there's no guard mode on the /3, which is sort of realistic because these have OBSs, not guards. And this is the /3. Come over here, get these on. Yeah, you come on, set you to normal. Still that bug. Now I know, I'd like to think I know these trains fairly well, that you could do that. Yeah, you've still got the issue of the headlights, which has been an issue since 2019, which actually has now been fixed on the original East Coastway 377, but not on the /3. Hello, Chris. Welcome in. British Thunder. I saw Sun first by James or Zenith putting Sun first. Let's quickly do that. GSMR works on here as well now. Let's come out here. Yeah, this is the /3. Yeah, no guard panel, steward's panel. Which does have. I mean, the modelling is quite good. It has been. I don't know why the lights are on. Has been changed. The Potosal toilet. The toilet occupancy indicator has been changed. Yeah, the modelling is quite good. That's the /3. Gotta get that shot. No, not you. You. Hang on. There we go. There. And on the outside, you've got the Adtrans headlights, taillights. So the taillights are separate. But the downside, old PIS. And same issues as the original 377. Where are the Thameslink trains? We have got them on. I'm not scared of Thameslink, they're not here. First class at one end as well. So get in, should be ready to go. Let's have a look. Yeah, we are ready to go. Right, let's get in. And you've got the old sounds as well. doesn't stop at Southeast. We do stop at Southeast, unfortunately. In fact, we're actually an all-stop service. That's unfortunate.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to
The announcements are good on this.
Seaford, calling at London Road, Molescombe, Falmouth,
Just say
Lewes,
London Road, Brighton.
South East, New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford. The next station is London Road.
Cool. Yeah, the announcements are good on this. There we go. And yeah, the screens as well. Would have been nice maybe if we could have seen what we saw on the Class 380, which just says like no image expected here. Just in the CCTV screens are on, but not quite. So yeah, Lauren, thanks for coming in. Take care. Oh, that's Thamesy, finally. But yeah, it does have the old PIS and the old sounds, but they have addressed that. Oh, so this blue, blue trim or whatever, this should be darker. Should be a darker blue. This is the colour of the /4, and on the screen here it says we're driving a /4. There they are, James. Yeah.
We are now approaching London Road.
Yeah, I like the announcements on here. They're pretty close to the real deal. The only thing that was missing is the bing bong before the announcement. That's not bad at all, dear Malappa. Quite cheap. Wow, actually for a week. Oh, for the week. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, some services skip Southeast. Most services will, and pretty certain New Haven Harbour and Southeast, they have an hourly service. So it sort of alternates which one stops there, but we're weird and we stop at New Haven Harbour as well, and Southeast. This is London Road.
This is London Road.
Cool. Let's have a look at
This
the
train is the Southern Service to
Southeast,
Seaford, calling at
Southeast.
Molescombe, Falmouth, Lewes.
Yeah, so it's an hourly service apart from a rush hour where it does, you get a couple more. What about New Haven Harbour? Is that just is that still every half hour? Well, that's still every half hour, so it's a little bit different to how it is nowadays. As in real life, it's an hourly service at New Haven Harbour and Southeast, and it sort of alternates which train stops there. Whereas on here, it just appears everyone does. It would appear so right away. It would appear so. And I think it's only for UK viewers, because I've seen a couple of others come in where it's worked fine.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service
weird.
to Seaford, calling at Molescombe, Falmouth, Lewes.
Oh, maybe they do, James. I don't know. Maybe.
New
Up the carriage road.
Bishopston, and Seaford.
Bishopston.
The next station
Let's
is
go.
Molescombe.
That was good. Ah, let's go. Oh yeah, let me get the Steam key for East Coastways. Yeah, Dovetail have been very nice to give us some keys for East Coastway, which I originally thought they were 171 keys, but no, I was East Coastway Remastered. So yeah, if you want to give East Coastway a go, and you don't have it. I've already put a PS5 key and an Xbox key in the chat. I'll put a Steam one in there shortly. So thanks to Dovetail Games for that.
We are now approaching
Turbo start.
Molescombe.
Right, coming up to Molescombe. quite a few people getting off here. Same at Falmer. About Falmer, half the train gets off. Let's get an external arrival shot. Yeah, on the first look, I was very surprised that it was using the old sounds. That came as a surprise. Sounds weird. And I've never noticed, but the wheelchair sticker is not even on the accessible door. Like the wheelchair sticker's there, but not on the door of the red stripes. It's where the wheelchair area is.
New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford.
Cool.
The next station is Falmer.
Falmer. Getting your kettle on. Oh, love it. An Alexa. That sounds fancy. An Alexa activated kettle. I want one. I suppose so, James. Right, let's get going. Oh, weird right away. Oh, I'm not sure though. No idea. But apparently it's on down detector, so it is a known issue. Annoying, but
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to Seaford, calling at
cool.
Falmer, Lewes, South East, New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford.
Right, pop in the Steam code for East Coastway in the chat. So do get ready for that. If you do not own the route on Steam, which is PC. Full power, let's go. Right, there we go. This is for the. Hopefully it works. If you can see that. But yeah, that is the Steam key for East Coastway. So you can get it all downloaded, ready for 10 AM tomorrow when the remaster comes out. So on this train you don't get any Mosul, so you don't get the Mosul coach, which is the motor open standard lavatory. So you have one less motor coach. So you've got the two motor coaches either side, the Demos, and then in the middle you've got the Pitossal, which is the trailer, which doesn't have a coach, doesn't have a motor. Maybe. So again, 21 watching, the YouTube chat appears to be broken in some way, so if your comment hasn't come through, yeah, unfortunately an issue. Which is annoying, but we go through it. We live on. It's a 60 limit, and so we come up to Falmer. Anyone get the key there for the Steam version of East Coastway? And if you do get a key, do thank Dovetail, because they did very kindly send over a key. It's going to be really weird driving this train once the Medway Valley line comes out, as the 377/3 started life as a 375/3. The only reason it got reclassified is because it went from a what is it? Is it a downer coupler to what are they now? Tied up coupler. I can't remember what they're called. Here we are. Couplers are confusing, but yeah, they changed from a downer coupler to this one. So that's the reason they got reclassified to, and also you had the cameras added. So they got reclassified to 377s. So when we get the Medway Valley line, we're going to basically be getting the same train, but as a 375. I think they're BSI couplers, these ones. I can't remember what they're called. Oh well. They went from downer to, yeah, whatever ones they got now. Right, let's get going. Stick it in 2, 'cause we're on the gradient. Well, originally, James, yeah. Yeah, originally.
Welcome aboard the Southern
Underground
Service
Railway.
to Seaford, calling at Lewes, South East, New Haven Town, New Haven Harbour, Bishopston, and
Should say
Seaford.
Bishopstone, not
The next
Bishopston.
station is Lewes.
That could be changed in the AI generator to sort of stone, Bishopstone, not Bishopston. Cool. Again, nice with the new clouds on here. Does make a nice big difference. Into Falmer Tunnel. Do the little test of the brakes. Yeah, cool. Lighting's a bit funny, isn't it? The speeder gets so bright, like really bright. There's a little diamond board there, which is a coasting board, but we ain't going to coast it yet. We'll get up to about 60 and then we'll let it coast. Because then it will naturally speed up to 70 quite quickly. There we go, up to 60, run the gradient now, so we'll get the power off and let it speed up by itself. Awesome, Chris. I had mine just, well, as we were going live. As we head along. Who's looking forward to the Medway Valley line though? I'm not sure when that's coming out, but hopefully soon. Can't wait for it. Which will be, well, I suppose probably the next route with an Electro Star. See you, James. Thanks for coming at 10 PM already. Blimey. Thanks for coming in. See you in a bit. You're playing Croydon. Is that Roblox Croydon? Never quite got on with that. Again, the model's good. Rivet are always pretty good with models. It's just the sounds which always let things down. That's one of Rivet's strong points, is modelling. Very good at modelling. Always have been, to be honest. From the 484, the 483. Those sounds is great. Not great in that department. Right, down to 55 shortly. The AWS magnet there. It's a single yellow. Yeah, there it is. And down for the 55, which is about to start. Cool. Hopefully coming up to Lewes again. So we'll get to Seaford and then we'll probably call it a night once we're at Seaford. But thanks everybody for coming in. Again, apologies, the YouTube chat has been playing up in some way. So if you have put a comment in and I haven't seen it, it generally have not seen it as it just hasn't come through. You sort of have to put an emoji. Yeah, something's bugged with it tonight. You'd like a Northern Scottish route on TSW? Or the Far North line, or was it the Cardiff Lochalsh line? That would probably be the one we'd probably more likely see. As the Far North line goes on, was it 4 hours or so from Inverness up to Thursday on Wick? Crazy how long it takes. This Cardiff Lochalsh is what, 2.5, 2 hours? That'd be quite cool. Single yellow, cool. Would be quite cool. I don't know if any services do. I doubt they do. If randomly it would bring you into platform
We are
5
now
here.
approaching Lewes.
Because you can come into platform 5 and then depart out the other side. Very rarely it does happen. Same with services coming from Seaford and Eastbourne and going into platform 5. I mean, on the real timetable that happens quite a few times. Obviously on here you've got the Lewes shuttle, so it would block the platform probably. Although you can't go into platform 4 from here. That one's not bi-directional, but 5 is. You'd like a Northern 150/1, awesome Zenith. /1, is that the one with sort of the flat front? There's no gangway on that, is there? Sort of the Silverlink ones. Yeah, this is the /3, which is part of the paid for DLC coming out tomorrow. Dovetail have very kindly given us access to show it off. There's the difference. So this is the difference in the front. So there's the /3 of the old style headlights and tail lights, and there's the /4 there with the current headlight clusters. Vision Zero Electroliner, awesome. That'd be cool, DM Lapper. That'd be cool. Potentially one day. I wonder if Rivet will do a Scottish route again next. That's sort of their area of expertise as they're based up there.
This is Lewes.
Oh,
This train
got the road straight away.
Southern service to Seaford, calling at Southeast.
In real life you sit at Lewes for 7 minutes, and it tends to be more if the down train's running late from
The
London.
next station is Southeast.
Because the Seaford service is held at Lewes for the London to Eastbourne or all services. Although if the London to Eastbourne or Victoria, but if the London to Eastbourne and all service is running more than 7 minutes late, the Seaford service can go. That's one of the rules, I believe. Yeah, if the London to Orr and Eastbourne is running 7 minutes or more late, the Seaford service will go. But if it's running under 7 minutes late, then the Seaford service should wait. It's annoying, because then you end up late going back to Brighton as well. Having to wait at Lewes for the down train.
Welcome aboard the Southern service to Seaford, calling at Southeast, Newhaven
Southeast.
Town, Newhaven Harbour, Bishopston, and Seaford. The next station
Oh dear.
is Southeast.
Actually, yeah, if you didn't know, I work with these trains in real life. In fact, just yesterday, I was on 302 for about, well, literally almost the whole day. I was on a 377/3. On a Portsmouth service. Not driving. Guarding, which is easier to say than OBSing. Right. Let's go. Yeah, I've been, well, OBS as they're called, but it's just easier saying guard. It's almost a year and a half now. Is it fun? Sometimes. Cool. Up to 60, although down to 40 for Sutherland Junction. Hey Josh, how you doing? That is a really cool. I don't know how on earth you managed to do that, but that is really cool. What the heck? Lots of equation sort of stuff. How you doing, Josh? Welcome in. You've broken the code. have how to chat in chat tonight, as it's broken in some way. You have to put stuff like that. Hello, Wiv, how you doing? What was it? Yeah, Wivflick, how you doing? This branch line is built. All of the East Coastway in real life is pretty. Again, even the sort of built-up areas around Brighton is nice. It's like a nice urban scenery. Brighton sort of is all sort of in valleys. We get the AWS scarf in a second. And the Cyclops light at the top is different as well on the /3. It's sort of rectangular or sort of squarey. That's sort of it. I think that's sort of its unofficial title name, the Cyclops light. Can anyone guess, if you haven't heard me say it already, what the sliding doors are called on the inside of the train? Yeah, sure, I'm Twig. Yeah, anyone guess what the sliding doors are on the inside of the train? What they're called, or what the nickname is? They'd probably be called like saloon sliding doors. But anyone guess what their nickname is? Which just is basically just their name. Over Glynde Reach. That's what this little river is called. Yeah, Glynde Reach. Not too far to Southeast, so you literally probably get one person getting on the train. You might get one person getting off, one person getting on. Going to Glasgow, the Inverclyde line stops at Hillington East, West and Cardinal Ayrshire line stone. Oh. As a station I hear so much of, but have no idea where. I know it's in Glasgow somewhere. Paisley Gilmore Street. It's like a funny sort of name, Paisley Gilmore Street. What sort of line would we see that on the map if it were to come to TSW? Southeast is quite a short platform. It appears on this timetable Southeast has an hourly service, but Newhaven Harbour is still a half-hourly service. Well, it seems that way. Yeah, welcome to Southeast. Yeah, this is Southeast. Cool. I mean, quite tight if you have 4 coaches. Newhaven Town after this. See you, Zenith. Thanks for coming in. That's been nice, isn't it? Not bad. Don't know why the CIS board is like this here. Look like that. But in real life, this platform doesn't have a CIS board. It does on this side. The CIS board is like here in real life, sort of like here. Not here, nor there. Right. Let's get the get the doors shut about now. So we'll give it a little bit more time, a few more seconds, because obviously there'll be lots of people getting on here at Southeast. The busiest time really for this station is at the weekend, as it's you're sort of, well, you are on the South Downs Way here. Sort of, it's right at a cross section of the South Downs Way, so it gets busy at the weekends when everybody goes out walking. But in the weekday, it's just dead. Southeast. It's been fun. There's some lovely walks you can do around this area. That's the one thing I prefer about the East Coastway sounds for this train is the horn. Well, the horn I'd say is better on this version than the BML version. Oh, that was the AI using the horn there. Pretty cool. That's now a thing. Zoom ahead. Cool. Yeah, we'll get to Seaford and then we'll call it a day, I think. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming in though tonight. Just getting on a bit now, getting a bit late. There's the New Haven incinerator there, that sort of not so nice looking building. There you go, right, 70. Comes down to 35 shortly. There's the River Lewes. There's New Haven up there. One in from 35. Start slowing down for that. There's the shed in. There's basically where all of the freight for East Coastway comes, is the New Haven aggregate terminal here. There's only little short services you get for freight on this route, but then that's just realistic. There isn't really much freight which runs on here, apart from to here. Because I think if you head out east, the next place where you'd see freight is at Dungeness.
We are now approaching New Haven town.
Yeah, Dungeness has freight trains, Dungeness Power Station. And New Haven, yeah, I don't think there's any freight trains which go between, well, here, New Haven, all the way along to Dungeness. Not that I can think of. Everyone is now 40 years old, blimey. Well, it's still running strong, I assume. I was quite impressed I managed to get on a 318 when I went up to Scotland about a year ago. Got the single yellow here. This is realistic.
We are now approaching New Haven town.
You basically always get a single yellow here. And here we are.
This is New Haven town.
A little trick: if you're driving the 8 coach 377. As there are some services where you have the 8 coach one, which is the 4 and 4 together. At a lot of these platforms, it's only front 4 coaches. So if you click the door release button, it will only open the front 4 coaches. Because this train doesn't have SDO in the game, like some of the newer trains do. Cheers, Callum. Well, thanks everybody for coming in. Again, apologies, the YouTube chat appears to be broken in some way, but yeah, it's been fun still.
Welcome aboard the Southern service to Seaford, calling at New Haven.
There'll be a video out tomorrow, which is guarding one of the services. Although guard mode's sort of broken on this train, or on the 377/4. So you'll see that tomorrow. So it's at New Haven Harbour. New Haven Harbour's weird. As the up platform can accommodate 8 coaches quite easily. You can fit 8 coaches. but only the front 4 coaches open. In real life, only the front 4 coaches open. It's just like a weird station. Fits 8, but only the front 4 open on either platform. Well, I mean, on this one, it's only front 4 anyway. I can only fit 4. Cheers, Callum. Wait for the Ayrshire Coast line electrification. Wow. It's still running strong.
This is New Haven Harbour.
Cool. Near the level crossing ahead of us, which doesn't have any barriers.
Service to.
This level crossing doesn't exist anymore. There you go, got the road. Wait for the time. Well, wait for the bar to go up. Let's go. Right, let's get out of here. Yeah, this doesn't exist anymore. Weird the way it's got no barriers though, and that's proper weird. You got beach road level crossing. Is this one here?
Bishopston.
And you've got New Haven Marine Station there, which is a closed station in real life. The platform has now been added, as it does exist in real life. Oh, there's beach road level crossing. Speed up to 70. And we won't get up to 70, but we'll probably get up to about 60 or so. And then we go past Tide Mills, or the site of Tide Mills Halt, or Bishopstone Beach Halt. And you get a slightly unique whistle board at this location, or at least in the way you have to blow the horn. As in real life, you have to hold down the horn for this foot crossing coming up. Not too sure why, maybe because of the fact it's on the corner, but yeah, you have to hold down the horn. A bit longer than the usual, just usual little fire of the horn. Cool, you can see Bishopstone coming up. This area here is lovely in real life. One of the best views of sort of this region. So sort of from Bishopstone looking out towards New Haven, you can see the ferries, it's lovely. Cool, welcome to Bishopstone. Yes, dear Malappa, yeah, that sounds correct. I'm trying to think of the ferry company name. Trans Merchant, something like that. Yeah, over to Dieppe, New Haven to Dieppe. Bishopstone. Pronounces it funny. But it's got a really cool station building here at Bishopstone. It's not actually modelled in the game. It's that proper sort of Art Deco style. And the bits in the top here is a pillbox. Or was a pillbox. Right, let's go onwards to Seaford, or Seaford, actually. That's the correct pronunciation of Seaford, is Seaford. But obviously over time, it's just Seaford.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service to Seaford, calling at Seaford.
Because I've had a couple of elderly customers, not even elderly customers, who have been like, it's Seaford, not Seaford. Yeah, Seaford, that's the correct pronunciation of the place, but yeah, everybody just calls it Seaford. It's just easier, innit? Seaford. That's the one, dear up here, that's the one. Bit like there's another station, Pevensey and Weston. Well, that's how you sort of most people say it, but it's like the correct pronunciation is Pevensey and West Ham. You have to sort of proper get a strong ham, Pevensey and West Ham, not Weston.
We are now approaching Seaford.
Little brake test before Seaford we did as well. Now in real life, drivers don't usually go right up to the buffers at Seaford. You sort of stop, you actually do stop a little bit before the buffers. Here we are, this is Seaford. Seaford. This used to have another platform here, and used to have the signal box at the end of the platform. That was removed like years, decades ago. That's the petrol station there, it's just a warehouse. And you got some like modern style buildings here. There's like a furniture shop there, where the cursor is. If you can see that. So it's quite different in real life. Yeah, this is Seaford. But that will be it once we come to a stop. I got the traffic lights there. Let's see, I don't know if they were in before. Quite cool. It's very slow into Seaford as well. And again, most drivers stop way before the buffers. Basically like here. Which is just realistic. Here we are. No, let's do that. Do the doors. Do that. Do that. There we go. That's it. There we go, we've done it. That was 16 miles over 40 minutes or so. Well, that is going to be it, everybody, for today's live stream. As we'll... That's weird. Whoa, that's a weird lighting issue. Yeah, that was the 377/3. We did the 171 earlier on the East Coastway Remaster, which does release tomorrow, 10 AM across all platforms. But the paid for DLC, which includes this train and the 171, releases at the normal time, so 10 AM consoles, 4 PM Epic Games, 6 PM on Steam. So yeah, if you're on PC, you've got to just play the normal remaster, and then you'll be able to get the DLC later on in the day tomorrow. Thanks to Dovetail for giving us the keys, as well as giving us the key to show this off early. Yeah, that's about it. Again, YouTube was just playing up a little bit with the chat, which is a little bit annoying. But thanks for everyone for persevering and finding ways to chat in the chat. But yeah, apart from that, have a lovely rest of your evening. See you all and take care. Bye guys.